Hello! My name is Christina Newhard, and I'm going to be reading a story I really love that makes me laugh, and I hope it'll make you laugh too, called Kalipay and the Tiniest Tiktik. This is a story about friendship. It's about the friendship between this little girl and this little creature with bat wings. So we're going to hear all about how they got to meet each other and what it's like to play together, even though they're so different. Kalipay is our hero in the story, and her name means happiness in Cebuano. This story is going to take us to the island of Cebu in the Philippines. And her little friend's name is Gamay, which means tiny in Cebuano. Okay, so here we go. This is Kalipay and the Tiniest Tiktik, illustrated by Happy Garaje. Once, there was a girl named Kalipay who lived on the island of Cebu. True to her name, she was a happy child, but her mind wandered easily, just like the clouds in the sky. Kalipay! My Kalipay! Nanay calls to her daughter. Pay attention to your teacher today, huh? And don't let Juan tease you again. Okay, Nanay, says Kalipay, smiling at the clouds. On the playground, Juan decides to tease her. Hoi, Kalipay, what's for lunch today? He grabs for her bag, laughing, until Gamay steps out of the shadows. Hoi, Juan, says Gamay. That's not yours. She's short, but Juan moves away from her. Thank you. Kalipay smiles. Do you want to play? Really? Gamay is shy. No one wants to play with me. I scare them. But you're very small. Who could be scared of you? Kalipay laughs. She offers Gamay her bag. Do you like pumpkin? I love pumpkin. I'm a vegetarian, says Gamay. My nanay grows vegetables for market. Do you like cassava cake? asks Kalipay. I love cassava cake, beams Gamay. She's glad Kalipay isn't afraid of her. Do you like salted mango? asks Kalipay. Gamay steps back. No thanks. I'm allergic to salt. Kalipay loves playing with her new friend. So different from the other children. Gamay can catch a ball with her long tongue. She can play 2 games at the same time when she splits her body in half. She can even fly. Gamay is overjoyed to have a friend. When Kalipay invites her home, Gamay's upper and lower halves both dance with happiness. Kalipay's little brother, Mark, stares at Gamay. Her long tongue, her split body, and bat wings. Ate Kalipay, says Mark. Your new friend is, different. I know, says Kalipay excitedly. She's a vegetarian. Gamay loves Kalipay's house. She learns to play sungka there, and there's always fresh snacks from the garden. Gamay catches some tiny red tomatoes with her long tongue. Kalipay cuddles her baby brother Bong, His cheeks are round and red, just like the baby tomatoes. He's so yummy. I want to bite him. Kalipay cuddles him and pretends to nibble his tiny toes. He's very cute. Suddenly, it's much darker in this scene. What's going on? Suddenly, the house rattles. They hear a quiet tick, 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 tick. And strange voices say, "Yes, so cute the baby is. How yummy his cheeks are. How sweet he smells. We want to bite him too." Kalipay is startled. Gamay says, "Kalipay, those are tiktiks like me. But it's babies, not baby vegetables that they like to snack on." "What should we do?" asks Kalipay. Gamay hesitates, then says, "Don't be scared. They're very allergic to salt. Sprinkle some around your house and they can't come inside." Kalipay takes the salt dish from the kitchen. Gamay flies outside while Kalipay circles the house. Gamay sits sadly on the branches of the old balete tree. Baby Bong is safe, but she's so allergic to salt that she can't play in Kalipay's house anymore. The other tiktiks complain loudly. They complain about not tasting the cute, yummy baby that smells so sweet. They complain about Gamay eating vegetables all the time. They complain that Gamay's different. The next day, Kalipay concentrates on drawing. Nothing will distract her today. She's focused on how to cheer up Gamay. She asks Nanay for extra bed sheets, old chairs, and paint. She works in the garden. I wonder what she's up to there. A week later, Kalipay shouts, "Gamay, Gamay, come here! I've made you a playhouse!" Gamay is delighted. When she sees the patchwork playhouse, both of her halves start dancing. Kalipay and Gamay play often in the little house and invite other children to play sipa, pico, and patintero with them in Nanay's garden. They even invite Juan to play. He's much nicer to others when Gamay is there. Kalipay and Gamay know that being different from each other won't stop them from being friends. Now the other children know this too. Knowing this and playing together makes all of them as happy as Kalipay. So that's the end of the story. I hope you liked it. Would you be friends with Gamay if you met her? Do you think her wings were cool, or maybe you're a vegetarian too? You have somebody to eat tomatoes with? There's a couple activities. We're gonna do a little monster craft activity, so stick around with us for that. But if you want to think about the story some more, and a couple things you can do, other activities, you can always draw your favorite part of the story or write about it. Why was it your favorite part? Or maybe who's your favorite character in this story? You know, there's Gamay with her cool wings, there's Kalipay with her pretty dress, there's Nanay and the other kids, maybe it's Juan, see changes in the story. And something else you can do is draw what your favorite game is, or maybe think of a game you can play with friends that doesn't need batteries. kids in the story, they play Sipa and Patintero. So think of a game that you can play that you don't need to turn electricity on for. Maybe cards or jump rope or hopscotch, something like that. Or maybe you know how to play Sipa or Patintero. And last thing is to write about what do you think it means in the story to be different. You can write about that or maybe draw what you think that means, what it means in the story and what being different means to you in real life. How does it feel to be different? Is it a fun thing? Is it scary? Is it none of those things? What's it like? So thank you for listening and stick around for the craft activity. If you'd like to get a copy of Kalipay, you can do that at newharddesign.etsy.com, and you can go to Sari-Sari Storybooks.com to learn more about my press. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, so now we are going to make our own little monsters out of paper. Little paper monsters like this guy. So to do this activity, you just need these pieces here. You need white paper, and you could use colored paper if you want to do a colorful monster. This one's a black and white, but you know, you can be creative. So white paper or colored paper, a thick pen and a little pen, a pair of scissors, tape or glue stick, and a ruler. So what we are going to start with is we need, so just to show you, this little monster has 3 parts. So he has his cone body, he's got his head, which is a little cylinder like this, and he's got the wings. So we're going to cut those 3 pieces out first. So for the cone, we're going to start with a square. So if you have a square sheet of paper, great, you're good to go. Otherwise, you know, grab like an 8.5 by 11 and do this trick here where you fold it. We're gonna fold it to get a square. So then, you know, this part is the square part here. So I'll just fold it to mark and then I'm gonna cut. Okay. Save this maybe for the wings. And then the other thing you're going to need is, oh, and we'll turn this into a cone shape, but set that aside for now. And then for the head, you need a strip of paper that's a rectangle that's going to be 2.5 inches by 7 inches. Okay, so you can do that with a ruler here. Mark. Do it like this. So that's 2.5. I'm gonna mark that there. And I'm gonna mark it again up at the top. And then I'm gonna draw a line. So that's 2.5, and then I just need 7 inches. Your ruler. Good enough, I'll estimate. There. Okay, so we cut that out. Okay, and then the last part is the wings. And I made I made this a little earlier, you can see. So the important thing with the wings, we're going to cut a shape like this, but you want to attach it on that body, which is, it's not very heavy, the paper, so you just want to make it thin so you don't have like big heavy wings. So let's see, this is 4.5 inches wide. So set this aside. So I'm going to use this extra scrap of paper here to just draw some wings and cut them out. So I'm just going to mark here 4.5. That kind of gives me like the guide. I mean, you can make them bigger if you want. This is not a hard rule. Do what you like. But that's going to kind of give me the rough width I'm going to work with here. So what I want to do, let's see, I'm going to just put this here in the view so that you can see the shape that we're going for. So I like that these are kind of straight, and that's going to be easy to cut, and then we have like a curve and a curve. So doing it upside down from you, but I'm just going to do these like edges here. So draw straight corners, and then I'm going to draw that like soft, it's just a light curve. It's not like a deep curve, but just to make it not a straight line, like that. Okay, so that's the top shape of the wings. And then I want to do this like deeper curve here as a guide. So I'm just going to put a little point here. I don't want that to be very wide. I want it to be kind of narrow. So from here I'm going to just draw curves. Okay, so that's the outlines. And then I'm going to go choo 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 for the wings. And then choo 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 choo, you know, just straight lines like that. Okay, so. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just for fun. Doesn't have to be perfect or even. Okay. So I'm going to cut those out. And then after I cut it out, I'm going to color it in. Okay, oops, I snipped off that end, but oh well, you get the idea. It's just to show. I'll use these for my little monster, but then you take this and make sure you have something underneath this thick black marker, and then just start coloring it in. Okay, so there's monster wings. Again, I'm just doing this kind of quickly and rough. I'm going to use that one because it's like much nicer, but just to show you the idea, you know, you could make them a different color if you want to. Okay, so set that aside. So now we're going to take, it's going to take our important pieces here. Okay, so we have the wings, we have the thing that's going to be the head, and we have the cone. So to do the cone, so to do that I'm going to just fold it, and then I'm going to cut it. So like, yeah, roughly like, whoops. I'll roughly fold it so that it does this kind of shape, you see? And then measure, let's see, this guy is, he's like 6 inches. So measure 6 inches here and mark, and then just cut straight across. Okay. So this is going to be our cone. So you open it up and use your glue or your tape to like attach that. And I'm gonna tape the sides a little bit up here. Okay. And then, so these are the edges here. Okay, so if you try to set it, yeah, I guess it stands, so maybe you won't need to cut it. So yeah, it's standing on its own. If you find it's not, you know, if these are throwing it, then you can trim the edges, but yeah. Okay, look, that's working. Dun-da-da. So now we're gonna do the head. So just to show you, it's this, but like rolled up, and then we make a little mark, cut a hole for the cone, and then we draw a face. So that's what we're gonna do. So overlap it by like maybe 3/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can see, but like that much should overlap. Like that, okay, an inch. And then you can glue or tape it. Okay, so now we've taped it. This tape's going to be the back of the head. So pinch just like one side, one bottom here, and then take your scissors. So we're going to cut a little cross there so that we can put the cone through. So just cut like just maybe 1/4 inch, just a little bit. And then do the same in here, just little snips. Okay, and then gently with your fingers fold that paper in, you see? So that you end up with like this little diamond shape. Okay, and that's going to be the hole for the cone. Dun, da, da. Okay, so that's great. So now I'm going to draw his little face. So you can see now we have a front, like this is round, but there's a front. So you want to draw whatever face you want. I like the little googly eyes and the fangs. Make sure you can see that. So I'm going to draw that googly eyes and fangs on here, but you could do whatever, you know, you could make silly eyes or big lips or put freckles on it. Maybe I'll give this monster freckles. How about that? So there's my freckled, fanged, smiling monster face. Okay, and then the last step is to paste the wings on. So all you do, we're going to paste these wings with that black side facing us over here, so they poke through. And all I'm going to do for that is to just put some tape. And you could also, you know, use glue. You could also, I like just having wings, but if you wanted to get sillier, you could cut some arms in front of the wings and paste it first and then the wings. So you can build on this monster. You could draw little patterns on here. So that's it. There is our winged, fanged, freckled monster. So I hope you had fun, and if you did one, post it on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to see it, and tag Sari-Sari Storybooks.